Okay, people. Do you hear that? Please take notice of it. Okay, I've been listening to this for like a freaking year now. Okay, do you see that truck, big ass truck going back and forth here? This is crazy, man. They start this stuff at like 6 o'clock in the morning. Seriously, 6 o'clock in the fucking morning. It goes all day long, every day. Even on a Saturday they were going. So anyway, I'm in the greenhouse. I've been kind of neglecting these plants, right? I haven't been watering them. Now I just gave them a little bit of water, but they're dying anyway. Right now I haven't watered them for actually quite a long time. It's been about 5 days or something, which technically you shouldn't do that because it's been so cold. And I turned off these lights, right? And because I turned off the lights, obviously, right, you know, this plant is toast now. If I would have had the lights on, it'd probably be still growing. Now, but this one here, I don't know, this one seems to be doing pretty good. Because I just seen like a whole bunch of tomatoes. And there's another bunch in there somewhere. Right? They got them up there. Right? And there's more. Do you see those ones? Do you see? So, you know, but it's getting cold, eh? It's really cold. So anyway, I came in here to see what I could find. Just seeing there's another little one here. Right? Leave them too long like this. With, you know, mind you, I haven't watered enough. Okay, so here's the thing. We're just going to keep this one very generic. Right? You know what I feel about being YouTube's bitch, but, you know, people making comments. Melanie from Missouri. Right? Hold on. What am I doing? There we go. You know, in regards to, you know, when I complain about my kids, you know, ragging on me because of whatever, right? Let me just say that if I haven't done the things that I've done, been the person that I've been, basically there would be no greenhouse today. There'd be nothing. Absolutely nothing. That's the first thing, right? Now, this year, the tomatoes got in late, but we still got a pretty good yield considering everything. We know we're making another, you know, lettuce room, a.k.a. Mr. Lace's cat house, which at some point I'd like to put grow lights in there. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to go downstairs and do some... right, I'll kind of show you an example of why my kids get frustrated with me sometimes, because it's not, you know, I mean, there's two sides to every story, right? So, with that said, I'm going to go downstairs today and work on putting away some of this stuff that I bought for food storage, right, in the event of, right? And, you know, obviously with what our governments are doing, that adds to the stress, and, you know, okay, we don't need to get into that, right? We know why I do it, right? In part. But we also know that the government is heightening that fear where you feel like you're coming to Armageddon, and you know you want to be able to feed your family before that crunch really hits home, right? You know what I mean? I'd rather do what I've been doing all these years and be able to feed my family for a year versus having something catastrophic happen over a short period of time of like what we're going through now, right? And that has the potential of getting worse to the point where you don't have a choice but to stand in a food line in order to be able to feed your family. You see, I have that choice. I've bought myself at least a year to be able to compensate if something bad was really to happen. And I can still produce food, right? In an enclosed environment or outside. And I have 2 yards, okay? You know, does it make me feel secure? No. No, because I know how government employees can be, people, right? My family has experienced it firsthand, right? And so that obviously makes it worse for me, right? In terms of, I don't want to say desperation, but when I take you into the basement and I'll show you why my son is getting frustrated with me, you'll understand his point of view. Okay? So anyway, I'm going downstairs. I've been meaning to go downstairs, but we know that the yard really keeps me busy, right? I mean, come on. And there's only so much time in a day. You know, Amari's poo parties can take all day, right? I can't work outside when he's sitting on a toilet, people. And sometimes, you know, he's on it for several hours, and, you know, we have to take him off and put him back on, and, you know, and we make a party out of it, right? You know, everybody gathers in. It's a real big social time, you know, because he doesn't like to, I mean, he'll sit on his own, play with his toys, whatever, or fuss or whatever. For the most part, he's pretty good, but at the end of the day, because of his condition, it can take a while, right? That's why I dubbed it the poo party, to you know, make it not so stressful on everybody else, because it can take up your whole day, sometimes 2 days, right? And then when he has a poo, it's like a big celebration, right? Everybody, oh, Amari had his poo, oh great, everybody can relax until the next episode. When I'm talking to Andre, I'm like, Andre, no, we really need to make some kid books about this, right? In terms of, like, I'm sure other families, you know, right? That's just part and parcel of having a disabled child. I myself prefer putting him on the toilet and because, right, it's just, for me, it works better, you know, it works with gravity, right? And, you know, it's better, but it's time consuming. So, you know, I can lose 3 days around that sometimes, people. Like yesterday, I was in the rain working in the neighbor's yard, you know, mulching the ground and recovering up and because I'm trying to kill off some weeds and stuff. Got some beautiful, beautiful dandelion roots, though, and some dandelion leaves that I can put into my salad. But these roots that just a handful, not too much, right, were really nice. So, you know, next year I'm looking at 2 gardens, because there's not really a lot of place to grow food here, because I've built stuff like this, eh? Where the other side is just, you know, it's got that one little, I mean, it doesn't get as much sun as I would like, but some dirt is better than no dirt, right? So, you know, it's just, but when you're basically kind of doing these things by yourself, as you've seen in my videos, that's where it distracts me away from what I'm going to do today downstairs. And it's not that I have my priorities in the wrong spot, because my kids, oh, you're always in the yard, it's just the yard, it's always the yard, you know, you spend more time in the yard and that's all you want to do. And it's like, no, it's the fact that people use my yard against me and try and get me to lose my house and my grandkids and everything else, because, you know, they're stuck on stupid and they're just malicious and spiteful, evil people, right? And they have their own motivations to, you know, destroy my life. You know, I'm a sitting duck sometimes, people, because I'm, right? You know, but over the years, 10 years, you know, I've got basically a greenhouse that's functional, another little mini greenhouse coming up. I've got wonderful sheds that basically, we should go check that shed. Why don't we go check that shed before I go in? I'm going downstairs here in a little bit, right? And I'll just show you here and there the food storage, right? I have to work on those shelves. I brought those shelves in, 3 weeks ago? I still haven't put the shelf together, but I'm going to see if I can start doing it, piecing it together, at least get it started, half made, because I have to put things away, right? Because, you know, there's that mother mode, that nesting. I'm not nesting because I'm having babies. I'm nesting because I have a family, and I want to make sure that my government doesn't completely pull the rug out from underneath my feet for the 20th time and leave me, well, not me, but my family hungry, people. Right? You know, it is what it is, right? You be a mother for 40 years almost, and, you know, you've caretaker, caregiver, whatever, and, you know, and then you're at the bottom of the totem pole where, you know, the elite sees you and your family as expendable and, you know, and easy to exploit and profiteer from, and, right? You know, so anyway, I was going to come outside today and work in the back because we had a big windstorm and things kind of got blown around, but I'm just, yesterday I was in the actual rain, right, you know, working outside with it chilly. So maybe tomorrow I'm going to spend my day downstairs today, and I'll walk you through it, you know, for whatever reason. But it's not that my kids aren't necessarily patient with me. What I found over the years, because, you know, basically I was the work mule. I was the one from the beginning of time that did the majority of the work, right? And then, of course, Uncle John, you know, he did dishes, and, you know, he once in a while fold up laundry, and, you know, he always took out the garbage, always fed the animals, right? You know, the kids. And I tell John, John, don't do the dishes, right? Leave the dishes. Let the kids learn how to wash dishes. I'd get up in the morning, and there's John washing the dishes, Uncle John. And I'd be like, damn, John, you know. So the kids kind of, over the years, learned to, I wouldn't say take it for granted, but, don't touch it because it's mom's stuff, right? You know, just leave it, and otherwise, you know, she'll get mad at me, right, if I move it, because what's not important to them is important to me, and what's important to me is not important to them. So, you know, that was kind of the excuse to leave it. And then, but when you're overwhelmed with all these different types of responsibilities, you know, you need like 10 bodies just to be able to keep up with everything in a day. I work outside, right? You know, I've been washing dishes, people. You don't know how many dishes I wash, like almost every day, right? Not to mention everything else I do in a day. So anyway, I'm not going to bitch. I'm not going to complain. Now, if you notice this little tree here, it's still quite green. This is a little white oak tree, right? And that's the thing about greenhouses. Things do kind of live longer, right? Now I'm going to try and pack up these boxes here like real quick in the next week or so, because I have to go to the doctor's. So I figure when I go out, that's when I'll pack the boxes, and I'll take them with me, right? This tree here, you can see. Now mind you, I'm pretty sure it busted through the pot, and it's wound itself up in here, so I'd have to come in here and dig around, and but it's so well contained that it wouldn't, you know, I don't know how long the root would be. It's not a very big tree, but you know, if I was to send one to Lucy in Kitimat, I'm thinking to do this one, because you kind of want to, you know, transplant them or move them around. They say when at this weather, right? So I'd leave it in the pot, but I'd get into this dirt, move everything around, get the roots out, be gentle as best as I can, and then just, I don't know, put it in a box, like put it in a bag, and you know, by the time, you know, these are going to start falling off pretty soon. She could take the leaves, dehydrate them, and then her son can use the powder after they make powder with it and make ink with it, right? You can do that. It's not as well as the husk of the walnut, but you can use every part of the walnut tree. This one is just a normal English walnut. It will suffice. So this is the plant anyway that I'm thinking to send out to Kitimat. And look at that little white oak. Do you see it? Look how nice and green. And this one is like winding itself all the way up there. Okay, hold on. Wait, so now we're in the basement. See, this is what my kids talk about. I come down here. I told my son I'm going to come down tomorrow. Anyway, I'm down here today. It's too cold outside. Right? To finish putting away this food storage. So I have to get up in here, pull everything out. Look at this beautiful box. That's where I'm going to put my flour and stuff, people. That's a nice box. Anyway, I'm going to get up in there. I'm going to get up in Auntie ShaMay's room. I'm going to try and start working on the shelves. So I came down here to tell my son, right? I said, look, son, I said, I'm going to come down tomorrow. I said, you bring Murray down for me, right? He goes, oh, you know, and I'm like, what, you want me down here? He goes, yeah, today, right? So I'm standing here, people. This is what I'm talking about. Like, this is my kid's point of view, right? I look at this. I said, well, what is this? He goes, well, that's yours. I said, what do you mean that's mine? This is stuff I have to put away. Yeah, that's extra dish soap. Spaghetti, which I'm going to take out the old spaghetti, put the new spaghetti in, and take out the old spaghetti and make it more available. Right, what else is in here? There's brown sugars, right? There's all kinds of stuff. There's extra sugar in here, right? There's lard, remember I told you, right? There's macaroni. Oh, there's a lot of it. This is like 99 cents a pack. This is this brand name stuff here. Okay. So, anyway, that's what I have to do. Right, and then get up into these cupboards, and it's food storage. Right, I've got it all the way down in here. Okay, just going down the line, you can see new. New. Used. Box getting ready for jars. Oh, didn't see that one. That one's new. Right. Used. I'm pretty sure there's something in there. And then I've got more upstairs. Hold on. Okay, so, oops, finishing up here. I see maybe room. Oops. No, that's not good. That was why I didn't do that. Just leave it like that. Anyway, you can see what's going on in here. Right, I have honeys in the back. All up and down in there. I've got honey upstairs. There's some more white chocolate. Eventually I'll move these out. So, but I'm locking stuff up. I'm cleaning up here. Right, so we're going to lock that up now. So this is all done pretty much. Right. Hopefully no cats can get up in here. Right, I have to fill up the gaps. Right. Now I just bought some new shortening, so I'd like to find the old shortening. Maybe I've already used it. This looks like Crisco, right? But I should have more shortening, so hold on a minute. Okay, this looks suspicious, people. Do you see this? I don't know if I have a rodent. I've been in this house for 10 years, and there was one mouse. We've only ever had one mouse. But doesn't that look suspicious? But I'm afraid to... I don't know why there's a lid there, but... I mean, I don't know how long this been here, because I just moved these bins, right? You see? Just to double check what's going on in here. I haven't been in here in a long time. See, this is the old spaghetti. This one too, maybe. You want to use up the old spaghetti first, right? So technically, I should look for the old spaghetti, bring that out. But anyway, I don't know if there's a mouse in here. The thing might just run past me. Oh, or if this was a cat. I don't see... Oh, wait a minute. Maybe. I don't know. No, that's fuzz. I don't see any mouse droppings. The stupid cats, right? Hold on a minute. Okay. So I'm just quickly just going through this stuff here, right? Stuff like this doesn't go bad, people. It sit for a long, long time. Right. Beans and stuff. Lentils and just whatever, right? All kinds of stuff in there. Buckets are the best for stuff like that, unless of course you want them in jars, right? Now, April, you were asking about those green tomatoes. Alright. If they ripen in the jar, and I said no. And then remember I told you I couldn't find them because I'd moved them. Well, I found them. I did these ones in 2015. You can see. Hold on. Where can we put it where it looks, where you can actually see it? Look at that. Right. So I'm going to bring up this jar anyway. Right. And we got zucchini relish and whatnot in there. I'm not going to disturb this. And what else is in there? Tomatoes, 2015. These ones were obviously red. Just straight up tomato. You can see maybe a little green in there, right? Came from my garden. That's when I had lots and 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 lots of tomatoes. Hold on. Okay, so I'm just opening up some of these cans, right? See, these are like lentils and stuff and beans, right? This is like, in the old days, I vacuum sealed the bag. This one has retained its seal from the time when I bought it, which was 2011. And because it's a, what is it? A green pea. That's what it says. Alright, it's still green. Right, can you see? Still green. Okay, so what I've decided to do is take those out, right? Find a way to use them up. And then remember those chickpeas I bought? So if milk runs out, you can make milk, right? So I'm just filling up this can. And then I'm going to put it there and I'll label it. I bought this year, right? Because of this stuff going on. Okay, so basically I took out old rice and I put in the chickpeas in here. They all went into the one bucket. This one has a lid. I took them out of the can because the can at the bottom is starting to rust, which makes the can start to smell. So I've decided to not use that can for food storage anymore. And now that I'm thinking about it, you know, if you're using cans, every now and then just check, make sure everything's all kosher, right, in terms of rust and stuff like that, right? Because, you know, it's the way it is. Okay, so you see this? This has been in food storage for a long time. If you notice, you tape up all your corners. You want to keep out the bugs, okay? This is what I just bought from Safeway. Mostly spaghetti and linguine, right? Or whatever it's called. And there was 2 bags of macaroni. Now, when you want to do long-term food storage, ideally, you want this kind of stuff. Not this, because this takes up more space versus this. But I just wanted to fill up the box because what's going to happen now is with this box, I'm going to tape it up in the same manner that this one's been taped. I took this one out of food storage. Now, I have more of this as well as I have a whole bunch of that in a can. I just don't know where the can is right now, but I'm sure it's not too far. So, but this one's going in for long term because this is 2020, right? And then I'm going to start pulling out these ones, well, at least these 2 anyway first. And then I'll look for the can, and before we eat those ones, we eat the other ones. Now this, though, is macaroni, which I wouldn't necessarily at this point put into food storage long term because, you know, Andre likes macaroni and, you know, that. Yeah, so I'll probably keep this one handy, and I'm just using this box kind of as a means to keep it together, right? So, and then I was going to use the bucket for this stuff, but I decided to put the sugar that was on sale at Safeway for whatever reason. So there's like dark sugar, brown sugar, like yellow sugar, dark brown sugar, and a couple of those. Now I have more of these upstairs, but because it was so cheap for whatever reason, right, half price. Like I said, I think that store is going out of business. Yeah, it's really unfortunate that I have to wear a mask in order to go in there, because with that being that way, I probably won't go, and they have some good sales. So hold on. Okay, so you can see what's that, right? That's that. So, whole box. Alright, probably have some more around the house somewhere. Okay, I'm not as enthusiastic as I used to be with YouTube, people. Actually, I need to label this box. That's the turkey that I just made. Right? I have to keep the cats out. That was Sky, because she came in here and started scratching. I think she came down here one time thinking she was going to have her kittens. See, for me with cats, this is not a very good space, right? They'll lay up on this. They'll find this, and they'll be nice and cozy in there, so I got to put something in there. But outside of that, this is done, that's done, that's done. Alright, I put the new spaghetti up there, the hand soap. Hold on. Okay, people, so now it's the next day. I'm going to finish this video off. Seriously, my heart's not in it. No, not really. YouTube is a drowner. Right? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I'm getting out here late because, you know, I've had this YouTube headache now, right? For how many days? 5 days? Still have it, right? Because like I said before, I don't want to be YouTube's bitch. Right? Doing a video, uploading it, you know, keeping it generic, then yeah, you're just submitting to the abuse, basically. Anyway, trying to bypass that. So I got, like, see these glasses? Look, see, I bent down. Do you see? I lost my dollar store glasses, my running around the house outside, even though they don't work that great for me. I get dizzy, right, because of my eyes, eh? What do you call it? I can't wear the dollar store glasses that I wear for the computer. I only have one kind of glass, like these things, right? For the computer. I can't see the computer with these ones, but I can't wear my computer ones outside, or even in walking around in my house. I have to put on these kind of dollar store glasses. That's the only way, and even then it's hard for me sometimes. And these ones are old pair. Thank God I still found a pair. The thing is, though, I can't go out into the community and go shopping because I have to wear a mask now. Everybody is forced to wear a mask now when you go into a store. So, you know, that's just not right. But anyway, I think I'm going to make some paper mache masks for myself, and Andre can make his own, and I'll make one for Amari. I'm going to make them scary, people. Yeah, I already talked to Andre about it, because he doesn't want to wear masks either, right? And then we're going to put on the mask, the paper mache mask, be a full mask, full. Just little beady eyes looking out. And then take one of those plastic paper masks, put it over your mask, and go into the store. And scare people. Because they're scaring us, right? The people running around with the masks, being the Soul Patrol, they're scaring us. So, you know, it's called projecting. Project back what people are trying to project on you, right? And then, in light of, if I ever get to that point, being I'm so busy, I'm like, well, when do you have time to make paper mache masks? Well, you know, maybe I should be like starting like ASAP, being I can't go out. People, I can't go out. Now I have a dentist appointment. I was going to take a taxi down. I don't know, people. I don't know. Like I've said, I'm fucking nomad, just a gypsy, just a freaking wandering savage, right? For the hyenas in the community to come out in full force. And anyway, so I'm in Mr. Lace's cat house, aka the new lettuce room in the making here, and I'm looking it over because we had a windstorm here. Oh, I don't know, about 3-4 days ago, and it blew everything around. I thought I had a smoke. It blew everything around. So to keep it simple on myself, because I can see, because remember, if you were watching my video before, I mentioned that I was trying to do something up here, and I think I maybe made it worse. It seems to be fine on this side, but I can see where it's like getting wet really on this side. So just to be on the safe side, because you kind of want to keep this room dry, right? I'm not going to get much more done in terms of adding on and da-da-da. So I think the best thing for me to do right now, it's cold out here, is just start packing things away for the winter, per se. Like, I'm not going to try and patch up this hole and, well, maybe this hole. Like, I do plan on using my skill saw some point in the next week or two, maybe get 2 days and just, you know, a little here and a little there, because there are some things I still have to do, right? And then in that situation, I might be able to run, you know, a temporary board here, or whatever it may be. But outside of that, I'm just going to, like, I'm just going to go out in the yard today and start picking some things just to put them away, right? And I think but before I do that, I've got this huge piece of plastic that I'm just going to run over this whole roof and just staple it. To staple it in. Where's my stapler? I don't see my stapler. Here it is. Just staple it in for now. Just tuck it in and staple it in. And I actually got to go onto the big greenhouse and staple down that plastic. And then after that, then I'm just going to go in and start, like, the vinyl that I have to run around this, you know. And I don't have time to be running vinyl, you know, vinyl siding. I'll do that in the spring of next year. I can just bring it in here and stack it up nice, and it can sit. So what we're going to do, I will have this smoke. I'll talk to you for a bit more, right? And I have to gear myself up. I was downstairs. You seen that yesterday? All day. I didn't come up. I didn't realize it till 11 o'clock at night. Holy shit. I was like, so tired. No wonder why I lost my other glasses. I can't find them anywhere. I had them last night at 11 o'clock. But I can't find them. And I can't really wear these ones going around picking up shit because they fall off my face. And it's not like I can go out and go shopping, because if I do, I have to wear a mask. And I don't want to do that. Nope, I don't. Andre doesn't want to do it either. Right? So I don't know. So just keep it light today. Right? So I'm going to show you why I'm going to run this plastic up. Just for the winter anyway. Do you see? I was going to bring out my flashlight because we're going to go check out the shed there with the X-trunk, Andre's walnut art. But do you see? Right? And then here, I'm noticing, it's not that it's leaking in here, per se. See how things blew around? I had that up there and it blew off. Same with that one. That one blew off. See? It's right there. It blew off. This one is on there. But because I was mucking with that stuff, it's leaking. So, I don't know what to do. I don't know. I probably shouldn't worry about it right now too much. I think maybe just going around picking up stuff and putting it away might be better. And then, see, I was thinking of just coming up in here and running plastic over the whole thing. But it just requires more work, right? I mean, it wouldn't be that hard, honestly, come spring, to take off half that roof. I could take off this whole half of roof here and build in myself a nice little skylight in this corner, right? And make it better. Like, that's what I'm thinking. Just pick up in the spring. And then, of course, we know we want to open up this wall over here and add in a window, right? Somewhere in here. A nice window. That's easy enough to do. Well, some people would say that's not easy, you know. But, well, it's not that it's not easy. It's just you just have to go through the process, right? It's easy enough just going through the process. See? get up in here next year and put a nice window in here. And then while I'm doing that, I could build in a sunroof. And that will open up that room and make it more brighter. So yeah, I'm not going to worry about plastic right now. What I'm going to do is worry about putting this stuff away. Like this kind of stuff, I can just take and put it in there, all of it. You can see I have it all over the place. Right? Maybe spray it down quickly. Right? Because it was all over my yard. Right? Look at those. Do you see those bricks? They're getting my rocket stove. As my rocket stove is going to be one badass rocket stove. Those more and more bricks every day I'm finding. Or I can run this tarp over that roof. That's what I threw that over for. So I might do that. Not today though. So we're just going to look in here quickly and see what we got. I didn't bring my camera with me. Oh, not my camera, my flashlight. Do you see? It's wet. I can't see. I have to get the flashlight. It's probably still coming up. Yeah, it's coming up from here, people. Oh, I know you can't see it, but I can't turn on the flashlight. Shit. What is it? Oh my god. Getting this camera wet. You heard that, eh? What is it? What is it that I did wrong? I don't know. Anyway, it's not that bad. It just seems to be in here. Everything else in there is fine. I'm assuming over there is fine. I'll get the flashlight. I'll take a boo later. That's not the priority right now. Something is still better than nothing. Right? Okay. So, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to put some of this stuff away in there at the end of the season. And put some of this stuff over there and get it out of the rain. Right? Because I'm going to need it next year. Wood is so expensive now. I can't afford to lose wood. Okay. I don't know if you can see that. It's getting dark. All I did was put up that piece of plastic. Now, I do have this plastic here. I know it's dark. Right. I could run, because it didn't cover the whole thing. It covered the hot spots on it, but it didn't cover the whole thing. But, like I said, I think I'm going to have to redo that roof next year. So before I run off and use good plastic, over the next little while, if it, does what I wanted it to do, because it doesn't leak on that end, it leaks on this end. Right? Where the windows are. Down there. Far corner by the fence. Outside of that, it's not too bad. So I'm just going to end this now, people. Okay. I forgot my smokes. Whoa. These stairs, I almost slipped. Whew. Anyway. I forgot my glasses out here. Because I remember those ones falling off my face, right? So I couldn't wear them. See? I need those. And then I forgot to lock up the greenhouse. So we'll do that right now. Right. And it'll be sad when it's still growing. Still growing up in there. I gave him a little bit of water. It's just these ones over here in this corner seem to like it. Lucy, I got a box. I got a box for this plant. Tisha had something delivered today. So if I can get that pulled up in the next week, I'm going to throw that in a box. It's going to be in its own box. And then your other box, I'll send you 2 boxes. Because this one I think I'm just going to send out in one little box. I got the perfect box for that. So hopefully we'll get that going this week. Right? Okay. That's the one that's going first, and then we'll deal with spring when spring comes. We'll send you something else. I don't want to send you something that's not growing now, right? When they go into this stage, you don't know. This one's in the ground. That one busted through the pot. You can see Sleeping Beauty. Here's Sleeping Beauty. And this one over here is the sleeping giant. Look at that. That's the sleeping giant, people. It grows even in the wintertime. Do you see that? Do you remember that when that was just a teeny weeny little nut? Well, it's not a teeny weeny little nut anymore. Right? I think, okay, do you see this trunk? It's getting thicker and thicker. I think I'm going to come out next time in the next day or two, and I'm going to start measuring it with Andre. We'll measure it once a month. Yeah. Yeah. Isn't that beautiful? Huh? I'd say so. Oh my God, people. I saturated my cigarette pack. Seriously. Where is it? As I was spraying up there. It's like soaking, sogging wet. But I think the cigarettes might be okay. It's a good thing I left the plastic on. You could turn this into a little smoking room. Yeah. Bring your little boom box. Boom, boom. Yeah. Hey, hey, hey. Can't tell what's smoke and what's, what is that called? You know, from your mouth when it's cold. I so like this little room, man. It's so nice. It's going to be even nicer next year when I put in a little sunroof.